All right, so while I was doing the wiring under the dash, I lost two things. I have this wire that I didn't hook up because it was a ground for the dome light. And I didn't realize you needed that for the headlight switch to operate the dome lights. So I need to hook that up. And another thing, which wire was it? Hang on, let me see. This wire right here, number 28, the horn relay ground, goes to the horn button. I don't know where it is. It's gone. It's not in here. This is a ground, which is that ground right there. That's this ground. The rest of these wires are the rest of those wires. The black wire, I have no idea where it's at. So now I'm in the process of untaping crap. It might be this, but I'm honestly not sure. I haven't had a good chance to get up under there. I have my back bent over the seat, so it prompted me to pull the seat out, which was easy enough as it was held in the back by 2x4s, there's one of them right there. It was just sitting on here because it didn't have the rear brackets. These were riveted to there, so it had these two bolts, one on here and one on that side, holding the seat on, and I lifted right out. Now, the seat was too high. I wanted to lower it down. Hit my head on here every time. My forehead was like right beside the door window frame here. So I'm going to place it right on there with some angle iron, just like I did the Jeep seats. Where that leaves me is trying to come up with a way to mount the seat directly to here. So you have this adjuster. You pull this lever down, and it doesn't allow this to rotate. Or when it's down, I mean. See, it stops it. You pull it up to simulate pulling it up. We'll do that. And now it rotates. So what I'm doing is, I am mounting the seat. Here's the bottom of it. This stud right here, the front stud, this is the back of the seat, obviously. The front stud is going to mount right in front of here with some angle iron. The rear stud's back here, so I'm thinking what I'm going to do is have a piece come here, raise it up just enough to clear this, just barely, and do the same in the rear. Just have it come straight off, and I'm going to cut this off, just weld that on there, weld it around the perimeter. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's going to drop the seat. I mean, it's a good, I don't even know. It drops it just about close to 4 inches, 3.5 inches. Gives me plenty of headroom. Where I had the adjuster, I don't know where it was at. Doesn't matter, because I'll be able to adjust it wherever I want. But it'll be perfect. And it'll still be adjustable. That's the thing, that I have to make sure it's still adjustable. Once it's done, those brackets won't go back on. I guess you could re-drill the holes or weld those on or whatever. I'm hoping those brackets, the sliders aren't pop metal. I doubt they are. That wouldn't be very safe. But I need to get these out and extend the studs a little bit. That's my next step. Not much. I know this one right here was screwed up. Threads are kind of going on it. You can't really tell. But I planned on using this. I don't have enough. I do have enough. But if I do the seats, I don't have enough for the gas tank. Which maybe I'll do that anyway. And I'll just buy more of it. But I don't know. So that's where I'm at now. Trying to figure that out, how I want to do that. Because literally these holes right here, that hole, and that hole are the perfect width. So really I could put the angle on there, drill the holes where they need to be. I think it was 19 inches or 18 inches, something like that. and call it a day. So that's probably what I'll do, just to have a seat in it. And I'll figure the tank out from there. Right now I'm gonna mark that off, and I guess I'm gonna cut it and drill it and make it happen. To be continued. All right, we're getting there. We got the studs through here. Got them slid all the way back on the brackets, as you might be able to see, kind of. Got these held in place so I can mark where to drill the holes. That's what this bracket looks like. And of course the stud will come down through there. It's kind of coming down through there right now, but I don't know if the frame's twisted or what. So I need to mark the 2 holes here where the rivets went through so I can bolt these on. And I'm gonna try and mark another one and see if I can't drill the whole thing so I can have 3 bolts holding it on. So there's that side. And here is this side. The only concern I have, which I don't even think is going to be a concern, I have the C-clamp on there right now, so I don't know if I can tell, but this bracket right here, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll have plenty of room. I might have to shorten it, honestly, but there's no tension on it, so it doesn't have to be long at all, because it's hitting the seat frame right there because it's sitting so low. But I'll figure that out when the time comes. I'm not worried about that. But there we go. Now I need to mark the holes. Hopefully I can get this in there and get them done. Try and kind of angle it right there. I'll figure something out. If not, I'll get one of the baby's markers or something like that and figure it out. Pull it out, drill it, and bolt them on. Smack it up, flip it, and rub it down. Oh no. All right, here we go. Don't sue me, Belle Biv DeVoe. All right, there it is. Cut this down so it doesn't hang below the bracket now. Drilled the holes, which are somewhere on here, right there. Lined up perfect. Got a couple bolts just to test it. These are not what I'm using. I'm gonna use, I don't know what I'm gonna use for the bottom, because I have to make sure it slides up far enough. That's the problem right here. If it doesn't slide back, then it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna try these and see what happens. But this is the size I need anyway. This is, let me see if I can do this one-handed. And yes, I could get a tripod, but it won't work in here. So that's that right there. These are normally riveted. I cut the rivets with a hacksaw. I need to bend this back up because I tried to bend it down like an idiot because that side over there is rocked. Can't really see it. Here are the studs that I'm working with. I'd like to use bolts, but the studs are fine for now. So let me go ahead and bolt this down. I'm just gonna put a bolt through the back one right here, put the weight on the seat, and then, yeah. So I'll be right back. Work like a charm. There we go. So the seat is now lowered. How much was it? I think it was 2 inches in the rear. And believe it was almost 3 in the front. It still leans back. It was just leaning way back. Don't pay attention to that hole right there. That's the only seat part or seat cover that's ripped. The rest of them are good. But yeah, no, it made a huge difference. So, where's the stud at? It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. There it is. So those are there through the bracket there. So I need to figure out where there it is. I think I'm gonna need to shorten this. I'm like 90% sure. Is it like that? No, it was not like that. It was like this. I'm actually using the phone right now to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Yeah, it's gonna have to be modified just a bit, not much. I mean, it's almost right there. Let's see, it's hitting right there. It's hitting on the seat frame, but that's okay. I'm going to cut her. I'm going to bring her down. It's probably going to come straight out. I'd rather it not, but what can I do? Or I can shorten it like crazy, I guess. That would work as well. Like I said, it has no tension on it. So maybe I'll just do that instead, actually. I'm just going to cut it and move it back like, I don't know, let me see. If it was right there, it'd be fine. I mean, if it was right there, it'd be fine. It'd be like that, and it would have plenty of room to move up. So, honestly, I don't even need this part right here, this lip. I'll do it. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this and shorten it up substantially. I mean, if you need to adjust the seat, you know what I'm saying? You just get in the car and adjust the seat, I guess, right? Or pull this lever, whatever. And it'll work. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. All right, change of plans. Instead of shortening the lever, I'm just going to pie cut it. Still might shorten it if I have to, but I'm just going to cut it and bend it down so it's going to go straight, up, straight. Kind of like an e-brake handle. But let me go ahead and knock this out real fast and see how it fits. All right, it's done. There we go. I just did 4 tack welds on one side, or stitch welds, I guess, 4 on the other side. This bad boy's not going anywhere. That way I didn't have to cut anything. I just pie cut it and bent it down. So I'll get that put in, get the other brackets out, get them all sanded down, painted, and then the seat's ready to go. So let's go ahead and knock that out real fast. All right, it's done. I'm going to grind this smooth. I'm going to leave the other side alone probably, just to preserve extra strength in the weld, maybe. I don't know. I might grind it flat. Who knows? Anyway, knock this out. Been working on the Jeep tire carrier again. These are the brackets. Painted, ready to rock. Just letting them dry a little bit. So, that's about all she wrote for the brackets. I don't know. I guess I'm going to paint this so the weld doesn't rust. I mean, I really don't need to paint it. But what else am I going to do? I'll probably tape this off so I don't get paint on this part and just paint that part right there. Might not look the best, but it'll be hidden a little bit better anyway. Maybe I'll paint the whole thing, actually. And it'll be hidden. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a sticky mess. But if it does, I'll just sandblast it and figure it out from there. All right, there we go. I shouldn't have done the whole thing. I should have just hit the weld like I initially planned. I'm going to sand it. I might powder coat it or have it powder coated. I couldn't get up in that corner right there. What's that? Come on, show. That weld, a little bit right there. I was using one of these little flimsy discs, and it knocked the weld down like that fast. But I made the mistake of trying to smooth out too much. So I hit the backside, not thinking it was going to groove the crap out of it like it did. Started hitting it with the flat disc. I didn't want to take off too much material. So, not wanting to ruin it, I think I'm just going to powder coat it and call it a day. Or use some primer filler, maybe, but probably not. And I'll just hit all this and make it all black. And it should just hide it. Got my finger with that stupid thin disc. Just a little nick, but every single time, I swear to you, every single time I'm doing anything, I get myself. Because of course I wasn't wearing a glove, and I let off the trigger, and it's when you do it, it takes a minute to stop, obviously, and it got me. But there we go. So that's it. Not too shabby, not too shabby. One step closer. We're getting there. All right, had to repair a little split right there. Welded that up. It was like 3 tacks it was done. So now I'm priming and painting that because I had to grind it flat. The other side is, if I can get it from here, I got the welder right in the way on the other side. So I don't know if I'll be able to show it. I need to fill that in. That right, where is it? Right there. Because for some reason that was all cut out. So I need to fill that in and get my hole drilled. Wonderful. That's next. Right now I have the welder right where I need to be. So I can't open the door. So, I'll let that dry, throw a coat of paint on there. Then I will move the welder out of the way and hit the other side real fast. All right, this side's a little more complicated, but nothing crazy. I didn't even realize it had a cut there. And then of course, that right there. So right now I'm gonna weld this up, and then I'm going to make a little piece for that and weld that up. But it's rectangular, so that's not hard at all. So let me go ahead and bang that out real fast. We'll be right back with you. And there we go. I just went out and filled in the bolt hole and just re-drilled it. Got some grinder marks on there, but I do not care about that. I'm gonna hit it with some primer. I'm gonna hit it with some paint. That part's good. That part's done. It's pretty smooth on the inside, actually. Kind of crazy, but it works out perfect. Same curve, same width all the way. It's exactly 1 inch all the way down. And there we have it. Once it's painted, you'll never know. All right, go ahead and throw some paint on here and then bolt the brackets on. And it's done. Doesn't look like much, but those of you who know how close the seat is to the steering wheel, you can tell. That's my hand. It was almost touching. It was very close. It's down like 3 inches. Just about. The seat's all the way back. There's leg room. Kind of. An adult's knees touch the back of the seat just barely, but that's fine. Got plenty of room between the seat and the pedals, so I'm not all cramped up. Let me see if I can show this since I don't have the lights on. That, you can't really tell. So the stud's fitting through there. The handle worked perfectly. Goes up and down, disengages. That's perfect. You can see the bend in it. It used to be, right here, used to be straight. So I angled it down. Got the front bolted down here. You can't really see the brackets with the seat on it. Kind of, not really. I can swing it around to the passenger side. The only thing I don't know is what goes here. Did it have side covers or something for the seat? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I did not have them when I got the car. And there's these brackets. I have to put the spring back on, and apparently there's a huge spring that goes inside this slider on the driver's side. But anyway, it's done. Let's see if I can. Let's see if we can show this. Let me get this jack out of the way. It's holding my shop light on my drop. Without banging my door up. I already wrecked this trim right here on the brick. I opened it, it caught, and I went to close the door and ripped it right out. Which sucks, but I was planning on changing the trim anyway. Just not yet. There's the bracket. Okay, there it is. So, that's what it looks like. It's nothing like amazing, but it works like a charm. So yeah, that's it. The seat is lowered. Works perfectly. It's probably sturdier than it was from the factory because I'm using that 1.5 inch 3/16 angle iron. That's going nowhere. Now I can pull the seat and get back to finding that wire wherever it went. I don't know where it's at. It's got to be here somewhere, right? We'll find it. No biggie. All right.